Okay. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Expression of Love podcast. It is your host, Soul Expression Indeed, and I have something to say. Now, this is not a Become Your Own Breakthrough episode. I don't know exactly what this is. It might be a Soul Speaks. It might be something completely new. We will see, and I will let you know when I do. But Brittney Griner. Brittney Griner was released, is on her way, or probably by now has made it back home from serving time in the Russian judicial system or prison system for uh, weed a THC concentrate wax pen that she brought into the country of Russia. A couple things right off the bat. I'm doing this video because I posted something on my personal Instagram where most of my liberal followers are. I usually post controversial things on the Expression of Love podcast Instagram page, where my conservative, more conservative or right leaning audience is. But today I felt spicy and I felt like sharing a tweet, and the tweet that I shared was this one. And basically, the reason I shared it is because I agree with the undertones of this tweet, right? I agree with the undertone. What I think the undertones of this tweet are: number one, Biden is an idiot. He keeps making idiot moves. So that's number one. Number two, this administration and really like the Democrat Party in general, as well as the rhinos of the Republican Party, are consistently and constantly sending an anti-American message to the shadow governments and the globalists with everything that Biden does. Like it there's no end to it. So that's sort of basic overview before I go into my personal thoughts here is that this tweet that I shared, what I agree with about it is not necessarily the she hates America by itself, right? Because sure, you can protest things that you don't like about your country and still love your country. Absolutely. Do I think Brittney Griner before this incident would have said on an international stage anything positive about America? No. And she was very comfortable saying very negative things about America on an international stage. So, that's one thing. But do I think that do I even think it's a good way to spend your time thinking about whether or not she really hates America? No, I think that's a waste of time. I don't think that's really relevant. What's relevant is the message that this move by the Biden administration sends to the world and to the governments and to the corporatocracies of the world. In my caption to posting the tweet, this tweet by Benny Johnson, I put in there something. I put in there. Let me just. Who's free? Question mark. The LGBT tattooed basketball player or the U.S. Marine? I don't think she should have been rotting in prison for weed either. Hashtag Biden is not my president. And I put the LGBT tattooed basketball player or the U.S. Marine. I highlighted LGBT and tattoos for a couple reasons. One is I wanted to be intentionally triggering with the wording. I wanted to get people to comment, and I don't mean for comments and likes and things in the vanity way. I mean, I wanted to jar the conversation. I wanted to make people feel compelled to interact in a conversation. And I don't happen to be closed-minded on the situation. I have strong opinions, but I don't happen to be like super closed-minded or rigid and you should think this way only because I think this way, right? But I wanted to make people feel something so that they commented and shared what they had to say. And I don't put it in there, the LGBT and the tattoo elements to my caption. I don't put that in there to say anything negative about her personal choices or her individual lifestyle. I smoke weed myself. I don't think you should be in jail for weed. Anywhere in the world, there are places where you can be put to death for weed. And that is what it is. If I bring weed to a country where I can be put to death for bringing weed into the country, and I'm put to death, then it is what it is. You know, am I going to scream before they drop the guillotine knife? Probably, but am I also going to be as accepting as I can of my actions have consequences? Yes. But that doesn't mean that I don't think she should be home. I do think she should be home because she is an American and because I love America. But her personal choices, you know, to get a whole bunch of tattoos, you know, first of all, you know, basketball players and things, that's like a part of the culture. No, I don't think that that actually weighs in on her being like a rebel or against America or deserving of anything that Russia was dishing out. I put that in there to jar people into reaction mode a little bit so that they could comment and I could explain, well, let's look at what the other countries of the world who are more prudent in their laws and who are more and who basically are looking at America as a big fat joke right now, big fat joke with a big fat budget and military, but a big fat joke nonetheless. Let's look at what this message is sending. We have on the surface, right? Not beneath the surface, because this is no disrespect to Brittney Griner. She is a person with depth and goals and dreams and things. Not going beneath the surface with this one, but on the surface, we have a lesbian entertainer, right? Basketball player who plays so that people can be entertained by her playing the game, a game, right? A gamer, essentially. You have this internationally known gamer who happens to be a lesbian with a whole lot of tattoos, and she is being traded, okay, to Russia for Russia's merchant of death.
This guy, who we traded Brittney Griner for, found guilty of conspiring to sell millions of dollars worth of weapons to a terrorist organization based in Colombia. So to give you an idea, we're not just talking about a few like handguns, a few Saturday night specials. We're talking about a guy who sold 800 surface-to-air missiles, 30,000 AK-47s, 10 million rounds of ammo, 5 tons of C4,
tons?
Airplanes with grenade launchers.
What? 5 tons seems like a bit of overkill.
He was also, did you know this? Comment below. Did you know he was also a gun runner for Al Qaeda and the Taliban?
Oh, geez. Okay.
He supplied arms to warlords in the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of Congo. By the way, that movie sucked. Sudan, Libya.
This guy, Victor Bout, is worth holding on to for not only this country, but for right now, because he's got connections in the underground arms dealers world. And Russia right now, okay, Putin right now is at war. There's no reason to trade Brittney Griner, the gamer, entertainer, again, on the surface, lesbian tattooed gamer entertainer, for this maniac of a arms dealer. This guy has sold some 800 anti-aircraft missiles, like thousands of AK-47s. This is a real deal criminal arms dealer that we're talking about trading, who's Russian, okay? That we're talking about trading to the Russian government for a gamer who just happens to be in the LGBT community, which that community, with its drag queen story hours, with its pride parades that feature sexual nude displays in front of and celebrated with children as young as ages of 3, that community who's introducing literature into school classrooms and school libraries that depict kiddie porn and all types of stuff. Okay, not everybody in the community, obviously. No disrespect to you if you are not. Full disrespect to you if you are a part of the crew that's doing that kind of stuff.
What does state-sponsored child abuse look like? Genderqueer in my son's library. Child-on-child oral sex. Pedophilia. A grown man grabbing the penis of an adolescent. Fun home. Cartoons of adult women engaged in vaginal oral sex. Can you see that from here? Because I have blow-ups if you need it.
Just make sure you're ahead of the game. Just because we got a lot of things.
There's no reason, okay, to equate in terms of what it means to give Russia this person right now in times of Russian war, and in exchange for an entertainer like somebody like a movie star or a WNBA star or an NBA star, LeBron James, something like that. That has openly, okay, and this is not thinking about it from an American point of view only. Thinking about it from an American point of view for sure, but thinking about it from the point of view of there are other countries that not only want to take advantage of a weak America, but also like hate America, right? There are whole regimes that hate America and put anti-American rhetoric and whatnot in their television programs on a daily basis. There's some right here on American soil, American stuff that do that too. This trade, right, for this real deal arms dealer and this entertainer sends the message that what we value as Americans, or as the people that rule America, what we value as the Biden administration, okay, is to please the LGBT communities, to adhere to the demands of the falsely proclaimed oppressed Black people in America. People are not oppressed just because they're Black in America in 2022. Especially not WNBA players. It's sending the message that America is officially and irreversibly wounded and weakened and in need of healing and susceptible to not only infiltration, but also attacks of all different kinds, psychological attacks, physical attacks, all types of attacks. Obviously, it would still take some gonads of a decent size for a country to physically attack us head on right now. But with the way things are now and the way things have been going for a while and the way things continue to go, not that, it's not that far-fetched to suspect that countries that are looking at us and laughing at us are readying their forces Okay, we know that China has been on the attack for years now, especially with things like TikTok and how they have a stronghold over Hollywood, and all of that mess, right? I'm not going to get into details about all of those things, but we know China has been on the attack for a long time. We know that the oil companies out in the Middle East are, I don't think they have the military strength to stand up to America like an individual country, but oil is worldwide, and if we keep being stupid in terms of oil imports, exports, and foreign relations, that could turn south as well. Our relationships, at least, could turn south as well. And we are sending the message that, well, we don't care. We don't care if we destroy all of our relationships. All we want to do is appease the LGBT communities and push victimhood on Black people or anybody but white men, basically, and be anti-masculinity, anti-men, anti-American founding fathers, anti-Christianity and religion, anti-family, anti-family unit, right? Mom, dad, male dad, female mom, together, child, family unit, anti-that, and just pro the destruction of pretty much everything that really, really matters in life. So this is the point about this tweet that I shared and why I used intentionally triggering language in posting the tweet. I'm not even posting this video as I want to clear things up. I just want to add to the conversation, and hopefully, I can interact with you guys in the comments. Let me know, your thoughts, and we'll take it from there. Thanks again for tuning in. Out.